Collectors, thrifters, and savvy shoppers, listen up. Perfectly Picked Games brings you the best board game and toy deals live every week. Join our Whatnot shows on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for limited time auctions you won't find anywhere else. First timer? Use Golden Mojo to take 10% off your first purchase. Fast deals, fun finds, and big savings on Whatnot.
Spooky chasers, hop on in the car with Golden J and take a ride down Route 66 as you explore all the haunted and abandoned places left down a road long ghosted. And you never know what hitchhiker might get picked up along the way. So buckle up as we take a haunted trip down 66.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is Golden J, and we're taking a haunted trip down 66. Just me and Dave Grohl Jesus. If you're watching on Patreon, there he is right there, Dave Grohl Jesus. Hey, get over and check out our Patreon. Get all the great videos and all the other stuff we've been working on, or it's all back cataloged. I mean, it's a lot of fun. And of course, if you sign up any tier, I'm going to send you an autographed poster of the United States Paranormal signed by me, the Rocker Chick, J-Dub, and Just Logan. Can't go wrong. Get it sent out right away. Head over to Patreon, patreon.com/2sop. Sign up. Show some love. Need the love. Just me and Dave Grohl Jesus. Oh, as we continue down this Route 66 trip, we are getting close. In a few more episodes, and we're going to be there. Hard to believe. 20 some episodes going along here, and all the places that we stopped and visited and talked about, and it's been crazy. It has been absolutely amazing. Just so much going on. But before we get to our first ghost town today, we're making a stop, and we're just going to stand here. That's right. We're going to stand here on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, because it's such a fine sight to see. There's a girl, my lord, in flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. I just thought it was super cool that Route 66 actually goes through Winslow, and I don't think that anybody in the world can hear those two words, Winslow, Arizona, and not think of that song. Take It Easy. The Eagles. Love it. All right, looking around. All right, let's get on back down the road. We are going to go down to Two Guns Ghost Town. That's right. Long before Route 66 brought tourists and travelers, this land was home to native people, including the Apache. The canyon nearby would later be called Apache Death Cave, and the name is not metaphorical. According to legend, a group of Apache warriors hid inside the cave during a conflict with the Navajo enemies. Fires were lit at the entrance, suffocating everyone trapped inside. When the cave was later explored, hundreds of remains were reportedly discovered, stacked, fused together by heat, death, and time. Even now, visitors say the cave feels wrong. It feels heavy. Silent in a way the desert usually isn't. Many believe the land was cursed long before a single building went up. In the early 1900s, entrepreneur Harry E. Miller attempted to tame the land by turning it into a tourist destination along Route 66. He built a zoo, a trading post, and tried to capitalize on the legend of the cave. The town became known as Two Guns, though depending on who you ask, it went by several names before that. Travelers stopped for gas, souvenirs, and of course, they stopped for those stories. But success just never stuck. The zoo animals escaped or died. Floods tore through the canyon, destroying buildings, and violence followed the land wherever people tried to settle. By the 1930s, Two Guns was already fading. Multiple unexplained deaths are tied to this area. Murders, accidents, suicides, some documented, others passed down as local lore. One caretaker reportedly went mad while living along the ruins, claiming voices spoke to him from the canyon at night. Floods in the 1940s finally delivered the final blow, where structures collapsed, but the road moved on. Two Guns was left behind, but people never stopped coming back. Visitors report intense activities through the site, especially near the stone ruins, the bridge, and the Apache Death Cave. Some common experiences include sudden temperature drops, even in the extreme heat, feeling of dread or panic with no clear cause, hearing whispers or chanting or even footsteps, seeing shadow figures moving through the ruins, equipment failure during paranormal investigations. Some claim to see figures standing on the bridge at dusk, humanoid shapes that vanish when approached. Others say they hear crying from the cave. One investigator recalled stepping near the cave entrance when he was overwhelmed by nausea and dizziness. His camera shut off, and when he restarted it, it had recorded several minutes of audio, low, rhythmic breathing that wasn't his. Another group camping nearby reported being awakened by what sounded like rocks being thrown. When they shined flashlights into the darkness, they saw nothing, but found stones piled neatly near their campsite the next morning. A Route 66 traveler said she felt a hand grab her wrist while photographing the ruins. Her wrist later showed deep red marks shaped like fingers. No one else was close enough to touch her. Locals warn, if you hear your name called at Two Guns, don't answer. Two Guns just isn't a ghost town. It's a warning. A place where ambition clashed with history and history didn't lose. The ruins remain. The cave remains. The silence remains. And whatever followed people here never left. So, as the sun dips low and the desert starts to breathe, remember, some towns don't die. They just wait. Man. Can you imagine being stuck in that cave, guys? No way out. Just being smoked. That is not cool. All right. Well, we're heading down now. We're going to the Museum Club in Flagstaff. Flagstaff was born in the late 1800s as a railroad town nestled between the San Francisco Peaks Lumber camps, saloons, brothels, and boarding houses sprung up almost overnight. The Atlantic and Pacific Railroad brought money, travelers, and of course, when you put those two things together, it just brings trouble. Later came Route 66, turning Flagstaff into Crossroads of America. Cowboys, drifters, outlaws, soldiers, and dreamers all passing through, but some never left. Flagstaff has always been a town in motion, and places like the Museum Club remember every footstep. The building that houses the Museum Club dates back to 1931, originally operating as a roadhouse and dance hall along Route 66. Before it became a music venue and bar, it had a reputation. Hard drinking, hard living, and more than its fair share of violence. Old timers say fights were common. Guns were drawn, knives came out, and some people died here, whether officially recorded or quietly forgotten. The name Museum Club itself is a nod to the strange memorabilia once displayed inside. Old weapons, taxidermy, and relics of the Old West. Objects many believe can hold on to emotional energy. And some of that energy, it just never checked out. The Museum Club is widely known among staff, musicians, and locals as being actively haunted. Apparitions near the stage and dance floor, cold spots that move through the room, lights flickering during live performances, footsteps and voices after closing, and a shadowy male figure seen near the back and bathrooms. Employees often speak of the presence they call the cowboy. He's described as tall, broad-shouldered, often wearing a hat. He doesn't interact, but he watches. One bartender said that while closing alone, he felt someone lean against the bar beside him. Thinking it was a customer who hadn't left, he turned, and there was no one there. The bar stool next to him slowly rocked back and forth on its own. A touring musician recalls his guitar being violently knocked off its stand backstage. No one was nearby. The stand didn't move, just the guitar, as if it was pushed. Now listen here. As a guitar player myself, that is bullshit. Don't mess with a guitar like that. It's a delicate piece of equipment that needs to be loved, not hated. Just saying. Another employee reported hearing loud boots crossing the dance floor after midnight. When she checked the room, the floor was empty. But the sound continued for several seconds before stopping abruptly. Perhaps the most chilling story comes from a patron who felt a sudden shove during a crowded show. Assuming it was an accident, he turned to confront the person, only to find open space behind him. Multiple witnesses said he was pushed, but no one saw who did it. The Museum Club isn't frozen in time because it's still alive. Live music still fills the room, laughter still echoes the hallway, and of course the dance floor still moves. And maybe that's why whatever here stays. Some believe the spirits are attached to the music. Others think they're tied to the land, the road, the long line of souls who pass through Flagstaff chasing something they never found. The Museum Club isn't just a haunted bar. It's a living piece piece of Route 66 history where the past and the present share the same space. There you go, guys. A couple quick stops on Route 66. Hope you enjoyed Winslow as we were standing on the corner. And, of course, as always, checking into these places is super cool. And maybe while you guys are out trying to find a destination for vacation, maybe you'll head on down to Flagstaff, Arizona, and just check in to the museum club. Have yourself a drink. See who's playing. Might be somebody you know. Might be somebody you want to see. Might be somebody you've never, ever heard of. But you never know what kind of great music is going to come out of there. And, of course, you never know what else is there to push you around. All right, guys. Until next week, keep it spooky. And I'll see you on the other side. Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. Golden 80s, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, The Nostalgia Tug, Real Terror, and the Puck Yeah podcast. But you can still find Golden Image Podcast, A Quart of Books and Booze, and The Call Guys, wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal @gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.